So last week I uploaded my first reaction to Dimash. Now, I had not heard of Dimash until somebody recommended him to me. And I was like, okay, cool, we'll listen to somebody new. And I listened and I was in such shock. I did a terrible job of editing the video, as you all noticed. But, I hope you're able to see past that and really be present for my super, super vulnerable reaction to that video. I know a little bit more of what he does with his voice, like crazy range, right? But I'm excited today to react to Sinful Passion. Hey, it's Serene Vocal Studio. This was highly and hugely requested from my YouTube viewers and subscribers, so thank you so much for this recommendation, and let's get to it.
Ты явилась нежданно, как из лунного сна. О, если б знала ты, что мне нужна только ты одна. Ливни долгие лили, были ночи без сна, но в стуже сердце озарило, как весна, только ты одна.
So just pausing at the very beginning of this. So one thing I noticed right off the bat with Sinful Passion versus SOS is that he really is leaning into his lower notes right here, which we saw a little bit of that in SOS, but this is a lot more. You can like feel and hear the depth in his voice. Let's keep going. Very nice.
Сгорать в костре грешной страсти. Ночь замкнула ресницы.
Ooh, there's this high voice.
И вокруг тишина. Забыты звуки, руки, лица. Мне нужна.
So one thing that's really sticking out to me is the fact that his fans in the concert, they love him so much. Like, they keep showing shots of fans that are like singing along with him word for word, and I'm like, loyal fans are a thing, and it's so great that he has so many people that love him and is on his side. Anyway, so fun.
Да.
drums coming in and boom, 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 boom. So those two notes right there where you sang the same thing, da 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 da, you did it again. The first time it was a little bit more soulful, and the second time it was a little more belty. It was interesting to kind of hear the different ways in which he uses his voice. There's so many different qualities to his voice and textures that he uses so effortlessly as he's moving through his voice. I really like it. Let's see what's gonna happen past these amazing drums here. He has to get up to that E. It's incredible. Oh my gosh, so good. Oh my gosh, one of my most favorite parts was when his fans were like almost crying. They're like, no, like as in, I can't believe you're doing it, but you're doing it. Oh my gosh, it's so painful because, but then they're like holding on to every note. So fun. So in between there, it was like the part where he was doing lots of ahs, the ah part. Amazing. It was so fun to hear that. It really was very, to me, I was like, am I in, what do you call it? It reminded me of Phantom of the Opera. It was very phantom-y, and I was like, is this Phantom? What's happening? Oh my gosh, wouldn't it be cool to hear Dimash play the Phantom? I mean, it's one of the most popular shows on Broadway. I know it's probably one of those things like totally overdone, whatever, but I would really love to see him as Phantom. Anybody else agree with me? No? Does nobody else see it? If anybody else sees it, comment below. I'm curious what you guys think. So what's also interesting through that whole section is that when I pointed to my face, back when he was singing, he was very in the front, and then he opened up his mouth a little bit more to give it a little bit more depth. That was really nice. I can't even do it. I am not even gonna try to do it. If I try to do it, I will embarrass myself deeply, and I don't want to do that because that was just too beautiful to try to embarrass myself that deeply. But anyway, in the front, then he opened it up a little bit, and that was really nice. So I will say, Sinful Passion, while very passionate, I think I'd have to listen to it a few times to really break it down, so to speak, vocally, but I really enjoyed listening to it. I feel like the first Dimash video I reacted to, which was SOS, I got so emotional because I don't know if it was surprise or like surprise and delight that I was hearing someone with such gorgeous control, not only over their lower register, but especially over that gorgeous higher register. And I feel like if you want to be a person with that high, gorgeous register, you have to play with it. You have to play with your voice. You have to just be there and say, oh, hello, hi voice, how are you today? And just like play with it. So I do have to say that one of my students who comes in for weekly lessons is so darling. She's one of my younger students, but she has a passion for singing majorly. And so whenever she comes in, I say, hello, Miss Moon. And she's like, hello, Miss Serene. And we just play with singing as she's coming into the studio, and we sing together. And whenever we have like dialogue back and forth, not like 100% of the time, but often we will converse such dialogue in hi, beautiful singing, we'll just go back and forth, and she just thinks it's the best, and I think it's the best, and she and I just have such a great time together when we do that. But part of that is playing up there in that higher register to be like, oh, hello, there is my high voice, you know, and not just saying, hello, I love to sing. And you can say that, and it's great to be there, but like, the more often you're there, the stronger that part of your voice will be. And she loves that kind of more high opera sound, and she wants to keep developing it, which I think is fantastic and great. But not only that, we will develop other parts of her voice as well, just like Dimash in his video, where he has sometimes this forward, really clear toned, bright sound, and then other times he opens up his vowel and he brings in a little bit more depth, and then other times he opens it up even more and a little bit, sometimes puts the sound a little farther back and has more of a rounded sound, and sometimes it's a little bit swallowed. Not that that's bad, but you just can experiment with the different textures of sound depending on if you have it in the front, the middle, to the back, right? Depending on if your soft palate is lifted or if your tongue is lifted or dropped, or, you know, there's so many things you can experiment with. So I would recommend to keep experimenting with your own voice. Try to imitate, if you want to, what Dimash is doing. Imitate him in his lower registers, up in his mid registers, up to his high registers. If you want to start developing the part of your voice that you feel like is the weakest, start singing there. Start talking there. Start sing-talking there. Somebody says, would you like a bowl of oatmeal? You say, of course I would like a bowl of oatmeal! And you just play with it. Now, if you want to develop that upper register, if you want to start working on bringing your placement forward in the front and be like, yes, I want some oatmeal! And practice putting it there in the front. It just depends on what you need for your voice. So thank you so much for recommending me listen to Dimash's Sinful Passion. It was such a pleasure. As always, all of my Dimash fans, please comment below. Give this video a thumbs up. That helps me out so much, and it's the nicest compliment. And please subscribe. I would love to see you here more at Serene Vocal Studio. I'll see you next time. Peace!